Okay, so guys, right? So last part we saw, right? End-to-end RHRM hybrid framework we saw. Today we'll see the continuation of that. Okay, so today we'll see the continuation of the framework. And today I'll show you like how you design the framework. What are the like packages, or like what are the utilities, or what are the reusable methods we added in our framework. We'll show the structure. Okay, then and finally we'll go to the execution part. As I told you, we did through like Selenium Cucumber framework. Okay, hybrid one. It's a combination of a page object model and test engine, data driven. We added. Okay, BDD we added. Okay, so all like and the reports, right? Cucumber report, extent report. We also tried with Allure report. Also, we tried with that. Okay, and we tried with the data driven. We tried. Okay, so and we are going to execute with Jenkins and Github. So as I told you in the last video, this is a continuation of the video. Okay, now we'll go to the code. Okay, now we'll just see the structure of the code, right? So last video, if you see the second first part, right? You would have noticed the library class. Can you go? Can you? We'll go again to the library class. Okay, so this is a base class, right? So this is our structure of our framework, right? So first will be the base class. You will see the library class, and this we store the last video also. And again, I'm just going through that. Okay, so library class will have the initialization part. Okay, initialization of like the like config property, what we are going to write, set the what are the inputs we are going to write, the runtime inputs you are going to set in the config property that will be there in your library class. You notice the 32nd line, right? Input stream. You are giving the path of the config property, which is there in our project. Okay. Can you go to the SRC test resources? Go to the config property. So this config property, right? So this path we are giving there in the library class. Okay, so we are given that we are entering the values here. Okay, so like for example, the browser, right? What URL you are going to do, if you are going to headless browser or not, what browser you are going to automate, right? So this will be passed in the config property. That path we are taking the qualified name. Okay, if you go there, right click. Can you right click config dot property? Right click. Okay, you will take the qualified name. Okay, you'll copy that and paste that. This everybody knows. If you see the previous videos, you will know it. Okay, so you'll take the qualified name and you put there. Okay, we'll use a try catch exception. Okay, for catching the exception, right? File not found and the IO exception. Okay, then we are using the log4j also, logger properties. We are getting the logger. Again, we are given log4j. Can you go to the log4j dot property? We given right log4j properties. This log4j properties, and what is the path of the file log file which you have to give right create right application.html log file backup. So what is the path and what file you want to generate, and what is the timestamp, right? And like what is the right timestamp and all, right? Time, hours, seconds, right? What time it executed, like that. All this format will be given config near log4j property. Okay, for that we should add one form in the form.xml. Last time we saw, right? Log4j dot property. Okay, so if you notice the form.xml, should have added that log4j dot property XML. For that we should have that property also. Okay, so this is what we do in your library class. Okay, can you go to the library class again? Okay, then we'll have a browser setup where if I I'm using right a switch case here. Suppose I want to launch a Chrome browser or a Firefox browser, right? Or for example, the other browsers like Safari or IE, right? We can use a switch case here. Okay, and the URL as you saw, you are getting from the config.property. Okay, so if I want to run headless or right with your if I want to run the foreground, right? If you want to or running in a background, right? So in what way I want to run? So I'm using a WebDriver manager, manager.chrome driver.setup. Okay. So this is for right. It will download the latest drivers from the right repository. Right. Instead of giving system.set property WebDriver.chrome.driver, I'm giving the WebDriver manager. For that, we should add the form.xml file. In your form.xml, we should add the WebDriver.manager also. Okay. And I'm right. So this is the basic switch case where I can use the Chrome, Firefox, IE, and whatever browser I want to automate, everything I'll do here. Okay. So this is the thing, and then I'm giving the Windows.maximize, delete cookies, right? Timeout, page, load timeout, symbol set white. Okay. And your tear down method, right? Which has a driver.with login. So all these things will be there in your library class. Okay. Next, we'll go to the Selenium reusable functions. Selenium, can we go to the reusable functions? Okay, so this last video also we saw that again I'm showing you. Okay, all the reusable functions will be there of your project. Okay, so our last video I have showed you, we are automating an Orange HRM demo application. Okay, so this all reusable methods there. Wait for element clickable, right? Wait for element visibility. This is for your implicit wait, right? So snapshot method will be there. Okay, this right? Crease dot press down, enter, up, right, and move to tab, right. All your keyboard mouse movements, right, navigate forward, backward, right, refresh, handling an alert, right, and clearing an alert, right, check alert, right. Then you are scroll up and down, right, scroll to elements, okay, navigating with the coordinates, right. Next one is checking a checkbox, a radio button, okay. Then I'm checking a checkbox, right? Radio button, deselect and select will be there. Okay, your drag and drop. These are all the actions which we do in for our brain. That's why we wrote all these methods. Like the reusable methods will be written kept in your Selenium reusable functions package. Okay, select drop down value. So all the things, whatever you learn, right? Get title, right, whatever frames, the windows, right, window handling, right, so whatever, right, and entering text, getting a text, getting a title, right, whatever, right. So we can keep all these methods in a Selenium equity thing. And next we can go to your com.utilities. So here we can keep our Excel utility, right? I think we have not added this one. We'll add it soon. Then I'll update you where we can keep. Can you go and keep the Excel utilities? I think we are not added. We can keep our Excel code here, right? Suppose I want to take from the Excel sheet. Since I'm using Cucumber, we did data driven through your Cucumber feature file. But we can also we can take from the Excel sheet code. Okay, soon I'll add this code and I'll keep a video there. Then we'll have the Java utilities, right? If you want to keep any Java utilities, we can keep here, and test engine validations, right. The listener class we can keep here. This will add right uh, listener class we can keep here. Then we can if you want to do any like validation, like assert equals comparing expected result and actual result. Okay, so all those utilities we can keep in this. This will be your general structure of your right framework, right. So test engine is the test engine validation part. So if you want to do anything, we can keep here, right? Failed test case, pass test case, right? All these methods we can keep in your test engine dot. Okay. The next one is your config property. Okay. Next one is you go to your SRC test Java. SRC test Java. Open that. Here we have see. Can you go to the Orange HRM application? Okay, now we have all these pages, right? Admin page, right? For each page, we created one class, right? We separated as modules like admin, BIM, leave, time, recruitment, right? Performance, we splitted each and one module. Each module has a lot of pages, right? All has a lot of right different pages. If you go to admin page, right? Can you go and click admin? See, in admin, you have a lot of pages. Can you go to user management? There is one page. Like if you go to job, you'll have some 4 5 pages, right? Go and click job. You have some 4 5 pages, right? Same thing like organization, you have some 4 5 3 pages. Qualification. So for each page, if you go to a right structure of your framework, right? For each page, we created one class, right? So can you go to the code now? Okay, for each page, right? If you go and notice, right, com dot pages admin job, right? Com dot pages admin nationality, right? Com dot page admin configuration. For each page, right, or each module, we created one class. Can you open any one page here? Okay, so if you notice, right, for each page, right, it is com dot page admin is a module, and that you have a sub module called job. In that job, you'll have 5 pages here. Can you go to the orange HRM now? Right, in job app is a job in sub module, and this will have some 5 pages. For each page, we created a class, right? Like that, we created like a module, sub module, and like class, right? For each page we created this. We are following a page object model design structure, right? So the design pattern we are following here. Okay, so for each page we created one separate class. We go to the Eclipse now. Okay, so for each page we created one class. Okay, so now I'll show you a one page object model format. I'll go with the simple one, then we'll go to the next one. Okay, first we'll go to the login one. We already show this demo, okay, a lot of times, but I'm again repeating here. Okay, so we wrote the code here. So we initialize the web driver there. Okay, and then we you can go and see our previous videos where we wrote start the from the pages. We already wrote the code. If you go and see our channel, right, YouTube channel, you would have seen how we formed right a framework from the scratch. You can go and see step by step. You can see in our previous videos the step by step way of forming a code. Okay, and now first one we are right. What we do is we are initializing the page factory here. Okay, we are initializing the driver. This driver we are initializing. Okay, using the page factory. Then we are using find by annotation for right locating a particular object and storing it in username. If it turns a web element, right? So it stores the username. So we go to, if you can see in the previous videos, this step-by-step process of how to create this one for a particular page, how to write a page object model design pattern, through that how to write a code. Okay, you can go and see in the previous videos. I'm just showing the structure here. Okay, in this video we'll see the structure. Next video we'll see the like execution part with Jenkins and Github. Okay, so first is find by ID equal to text username. Next one is find by ID equal to text password. This we are locating from the web page, right? We'll go to the DOM, you'll right click and you take the locator ID or XPath, whatever, or is a selector or like link text or whatever you want to do it. You take the locator and do it here. Text username, text password, right? Button login and ID forgot ID. So next one we are creating a methods and calling that right that variable which we created, right? The reference which we created, username dot send is unique. We are passing the argument here. Next one is for the password. For each web element, I'm creating one method for password, for login button, okay, or forgot password, right? For each one, I'm creating. Then we'll go to our first. We go to our future file and see. First, we are as we told, right? We should go to the we are creating in a BDD style, right? Can we go to the future file first? Okay, so for each module, we created one future file for each module. Can we go to the login module? Okay. So we'll go to the login module. For login, we created the feature file here. We are used data driven, passing multiple values. Okay. Next one is select scenario outline, right? If you use scenario outline, we are going to pass multiple values, right? If you use only scenario, we'll run with only one value, right? And these are the jerking keywords, right? Given, when, then, and right. So all these things are jerking keywords. This we can, for detailed explanation, you can go through the previous videos, right? For this, I'm just showing the structure of our framework. For detailed explanation, step-by-step explanation, you can go to the previous video. Okay, given, when, and then, right? And I'm passing multiple values here. Okay, I'm using this argument. Now, after, if you run that, this method will be generated. Okay, how to generate the methods? You can go and see the previous video, or you can go and to the tidy jerkin tool. Okay, then in your Chrome, you can add or download one right plugin, right, tidy jerkin tool, that you can do it. Now, after creating this feature file, we'll generate these methods. Okay, then you can go back. Can you go up? Okay, now can you go to the steps? Login, yeah. Okay, these methods should be generated, right? If you run that, right? Given to launch a browser, navigate to URL, right? Then verify the type. Can you go to the tidy jerkin tool? We just show them how to generate the method, right? Tidy jerkin Chrome, right? For generating the method. Okay. Can you copy that feature file and paste here? Okay, now you got the methods, right? This is the methods we copy and paste in our steps. Okay, so we'll paste in our steps. Okay, so this login steps will go and paste it. Then we'll call the methods which we created in our pages, right? Browser setup. Okay, this browser setup is from the library class. Okay, and get title we can call from the reusable functions. Okay, and next one is enter a username and password. Username and password we are running giving in the scenario outline, right? Through our right, we'll pass there. Okay, then we call all these methods from the pages, right? These methods will call from the pages, right? I'm creating one object logging, and from that object I'm calling that methods. Can you go to the pages, show that login username, which method we are calling? See, if you notice, right, login username, this method we are calling there. Okay, first login, then password, then submit button. One by one we'll call that the steps. Okay, so you can go through our previous videos. We are right, developed from the scratch. This I'm just sharing overall framework here. Okay, so you can go to the login steps again. Okay, now, right, so login steps, right, click submit button, right, then close the browser. Okay, this we are taking from the Selenium reusable functions, right? Selenium utility, we wrote a snapshot code, right, and the tear down code which we wrote in a library class, right? So all these things we are calling here. Okay, login button from the pages, like that we call. Then we'll have a runner file. Can we go to the runner file? From there we'll run the test case, right? So as we, right, we can run either with Cucumber with TestNG or Cucumber with JNE, right? So if you want to run with TestNG, right, you want to extend the abstract TestNG Cucumber test. You have to add the dependency first, then you have to extend the abstract TestNG Cucumber test. If you don't want to run with your TestNG, you want to run with your JNE, you can remove this one, and you can give, you should add run with, okay, in our right, in our test runner class, and apply this is a dry run equal to false, right? Dry run means if you want to, I don't want to show the browser what's happening, right? The browser you can give false. Then you can what feature file you want to run, what glue, what package, right, you want to run. And right, next one is a plugin, right? Plugin, what are the reports you want to generate, right? Cucumber HTML report, extend report, right? What are the JSON report, action adapter, right? Cucumber report. So what are the reports you want to generate? You can give here, okay? So this you can keep in your runner file. Then can you go and show the other pages for the structure of the complete thing, right? Can you go there? Can you go up? Can you go in the pages? Go to the page. First we'll see the future file, then you can you come down, scroll down. You'll see all the feature files. You can you open one by one? You'll go. See, for admin, we wrote the scenario here. Okay. So we wrote all the scenarios for the admin page here. Okay. So you can see that. Okay. So we have used data driven and also without data driven also. Okay. So this is for the admin, and we use a tags for what feature we want to write, and we are given background also. Background means like each time if I want to launch a login, if I give background, like every scenario that login will launch, right? That's why we give this background here. Then you go on. Can you open the other scenario future files also? Right. This is for our boost module. Next one is for dashboard module. The dashboard module, we wrote some 3 scenarios with the background. Next one is your directory page. Okay. Next one is your leave future. Okay, so we wrote the scenarios. Okay. Next one is maintenance future. Okay. So we wrote the scenarios, performance future. Okay. And we wrote the scenarios. Okay. And PIM future. Next one is recruitment future. Okay. Next one is right. Next one is register or client feature, social media authentication. This I formed a team, a group of people to develop this one. I didn't do as a single person. I formed some 20-member team, and with them only I developed. Right, thanks to them also those who participated in this project. Okay, then you can see the application.html. Can you go come down? You can see the logs also, right? We are generating the logs, right? How you can see the logs which we generated. Okay, the execution part we'll see in the next class, next video. But I'm just showing the structure. I want to show the structure here. Can you open the log file.log? So here it didn't generate. We'll see that log file backup.log. I think both is not generated. We'll see in the next video. Can you go on open the reports, right? So Cucumber HTML report, right? So all these reports, you will see the reports, report section in the next thing. And screenshot, can you open? I'm just showing the structure, right? So you can get all the screenshots here. Okay, and right, you'll get the fail test case, pass test case. We can get the screenshots also. Okay. Next, you have that extend config.it. This is important. Extend properties for that extend adapter. We added that config, right? Not for this is for generating your right extend report. Okay. Then extend the properties is the latest one. It's for the extend adapter. So make sure you are adding this property for generating your extend report. Okay, just make sure you are adding the extend report. Okay, next one is right. You go to the target folder and you see the reports. Right, there is a report folder. Go to the report folder. No, in the before target. So HTML report. Right, you got the report. Okay, anyhow, right? It will show you the different reports, and we have Allure report also. We have okay, so we have Allure report, extend report we have generated. We'll see this one by one. Okay, a logger report we generated, right? So the log, right? You can see the log with the timestamp, the status, and the with the text from the future file what you generated. Okay, logger chain reports, right? You can see the test and the index.html report, right? Index.html. report you can see. Okay, and right, you can you open that form.xml? These are all the dependencies we added, right? So these are all the dependencies we added, right? Allure test ng, Jenkins, right? Cucumber Java, Cucumber test ng, right? All we added IO package. Okay. Initially we added info, then we changed everything to IO. Next Selenium, Java, Apache UI, right? So all these plugins also are log 4 as I told you, right? Web driver manager, their extend report, right? Maven compiler plugins for Jenkins execution, right? Sunfire plugin. So all these the things should be added in your form.xml to download. I hope you know why we add in your form.xml to generate the right dependencies, right? We add here. So then can you go to the testng.xml? We have kept that we have created the testng.xml and we linked the form.xml. If you see the 144 line, right? So we generated the testng and we with the runner class, right? We kept here. Okay, so the runner class we kept here and we gave in the form.xml. So I hope you know the different ways of running, right? We can run through form.xml, we can run through testng.xml, we can run through command prompt also, and we can run in right through a test runner class also, right? And through Jenkins we can run. So there are different ways we can execute the build, right? So these are all things you should know. And we go to the pages and we'll show the pages and step definition stuff, right? Can we go to the pages? You see, right? For all pages we create the package. Can you expand one by one just the pages? So for everything, right, we created the pages, right? So this took 2 months, right? Almost 2 months to complete this one. So for each page, right, each module we created a page here, okay, and so it's almost right. It's going to complete right, and then this week it's going to complete. We are going to finish this project, okay. So for each page, right, each module, each page, we created a class, and the corresponding step definition we wrote. For suppose, right, logging, we create a page, and for that, the corresponding step definition we wrote. Okay. For each page, we have a corresponding step definition. Okay. So in step definition only, it's nothing but a test case where we call our pages and your Selenium reusable functions and write whatever, right? You are going to run to your step definition, and that step definition class will be given in your runner file. So runner file will execute with help of form.xml or your testng.xml. So this is the structure which we generated, guys, right? So the execution part will continue in the next video. This video we showed the structure of the framework. Okay, thank you, guys.